Don't know what this person's doing. They know exactly what they're doing, but they do not play by the rules. They play by their rules. They're showing up as an emperor in reverse. This person doesn't give a fuck about anybody else's rules. I also feel like with the Ace of Swords in reverse, immediately, with this being the very first card out, I see it as like a lie usually, or like a lack of trust. But I feel like there would be a lack of trust for this person if you didn't know that this person operates this way, right? But because this person gives so little fucks about the rules or about what other people think or about what they think they're supposed to be doing, there is this element of trust. Because they exude that energy, there is like this feeling of safety in it. So the Page of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Swords, and the Two of Wands in reverse is almost giving this energy of like this person not giving clarity and knowing this and wanting not to see you like squirm without it, but wanting to see you kind of submit to it with the Eight of Swords and the Page of Wands in reverse. And I feel like when this initially would happen, like I want to say this is something that you know, or this is something you've been through with this person. Initially, when this person would do this, I think you saw it as like, okay, this person's not interested, or this is bad news, or they're putting a stop to this, and it's very dominant. Like the Emperor in reverse, you can't get more dominant in the deck than that. And it's dominant to the point where it's almost like sadistic. Why I'm doing this reading, I don't know, but it's coming out like this, so I'm going to. This type of energy, when you're not used to that, especially if you are somebody who like needs control, you're gonna freak out with all the unknown and with how this person operates. And I don't think this is a bad person. I actually just think this is the type of person who like knows how to break a horse, basically. All these cards are like typically, I would not say any of these are like positively connotated. We've got the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse, that's like lies, secrets. The Emperor in reverse is like narcissism, control, extremely domineering energy, like unmoving, very stubborn, very firm in where they are, like absolutely is not taking anyone else into consideration. Makes someone crazy, or it has in the past. And there's also this vibe of like the standstill. It's like there is technically a lack of control that you would have in the way this person is moving, because this person they're not open to compromising. It's like you're wearing a blindfold, but in this card, she's like willingly letting herself be tied up, basically. So there's something you like about this, I guess, because it doesn't seem like you're done messing with this person. It just kind of seems like you're willingly almost submitting and surrendering to the fact that you're seeing it as this person's not doing anything, but you're like, okay, well, that's their plan, because they're daddy over here, they're the emperor, right? So if they're not telling me what's up, I'm just gonna surrender to it. Because if that's how they're assuming the position of the authoritative figure of this relationship, and they know that they have me, then clearly there's a reason that they're doing this, and I trust that. I trust them, and that's my man, basically. The Ace of Cups in reverse, the Ten of Cups in reverse, the Three of Pentacles in reverse. From an outside perspective, this looks like, what the fuck? Like, I'd be surprised if anyone was still watching this at this point, but none of this is giving like the type of typical energy as like what it looks like on the table, because it's not. There's something very different and very misunderstood about this connection is what I initially feel, or there's something about how you used to operate in this connection where you did not understand this. But I think that once you kind of surrendered to this, like you took the Emperor's power away, not because you wanted to, but because you're not struggling. And I also think that this Emperor, I don't think they're doing this for power. I don't think they're doing this because they just want you in a headlock energetically. It's like you ask for this. You need this. But damn, that Ace of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Cups in reverse. I want to say this is what brings you out of your head or your delulu. The Ace of Wands. That's what I'm talking about. And then the Seven of Swords. This is like, I'm not going to say like 50 Shades of Grey, like Christian Grey vibes, because it's not. This is like who Christian Grey wishes that he was. The Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands. This person knows exactly what they're doing at all times. And I feel like you know this, but I feel like you're like, okay. There's also something about like some kind of buildup here that's happening, that while this buildup is happening in the background, I don't think that you give in to this energy of like, I saw the Page of Wands in reverse with the Eight of Swords as like a bit of like, it's really just hopelessness about, well, there's literally nothing I can do or nowhere I can move. But when you like lean into that, there's tension that builds up. And this person, like, that's what they're doing. But the Seven of Pentacles, like I was saying, I don't think you give into that hopelessness. I think you just see it as like, okay, well, they're planting crops in this situation with whatever they're doing here, so I will let those crops grow. And whatever they do with those crops, amazing. If they don't do anything with those crops, also amazing, because I think you just live for this. I think you live for the pressure, the passion that comes just from being put into sort of a state of submission like this. This person's not giving you nothing right now. And then the Devil. I would not confuse this for a situation where somebody's literally just not talking to you and like you don't know what's up. I feel like this is, there's intention in this. Even if there's like nothing's gonna happen from it, there's intention in this state of mind or what this person's wanting to curate from this situation or how they're moving. And it's sort of like, you can't really change this person. You just like, if you want to be involved in this, this is what you're getting. But the collective I'm talking to, I feel like you know this. I almost want to say I don't even know who my collective is anymore right now. Manifest. Tell the universe exactly what you want. I want to say you manifested this. Air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Person could be an air sign. And then date night.